You're listening to the Small Business Talk podcast with Cathy Smith. Episode 5.
Small Business Talk is a podcast for business owners and entrepreneurs who want a better way to run their businesses without spending years doing it the hard way. Small Business Talk is hosted by Cathy Smith, who has run the same marketing agency for more than 17 years and helped hundreds of business owners achieve their marketing goals.
Hey, I'm so glad you could make it.
Customer service can make or break your business. Good customer service, really good customer service, can set your business apart from your competition. And today, we are talking to customer service expert Suzanne Cross. Suzanne has been a businesswoman for many years and has multiple businesses across different industries. And the thing that ties Suzanne's businesses all together is customer service, excellent customer service. Welcome, Suzanne.
Hi, Cathy. How are you?
I am well. Would you like to tell the SBT community a bit about your business journey?
Sure. I started in small business about 19 years ago. We bought a really rundown general store, liquor, Australia Post, groceries, you name it, we sold it. That was the beginning of actually owning a store, a premise. We were there for nearly 2.5 years, nearly 3 years actually. Left, and then probably about a year later, with a 4-month-old baby, bought a business here in Bunbury, a news agency. Yes, it was a big change. So we had a 4-month-old baby, the largest news agency in Bunbury. When I say largest, in terms of floor spacings. And again, it was extremely run down. Try and find a blue pen on the shelf, didn't exist. Newspapers, we paid for the newspapers to stay in the store. So it was extremely, again, really run down. We've been there 15 years, and then we've also got a couple of holiday houses that we rent out to holiday makers down south at Abbey Beach. Yeah, so we're pretty busy.
Yes, I can imagine you are. And now you have 2 children that are a bit older than 4 months, so that makes sense.
No, I've got three children.
3 children. Wow.
Yeah, life is busy.
Indeed. Well, I did much the same. I started my business with a 6-month-old, so I don't know what it's about us entrepreneurs. We just decide we can do it all. And I guess that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to fit it around your lifestyle. So
Absolutely.
One of the good things about being a business owner. Customer service, we all know it's important to our businesses. So why do you think many businesses fail in this area?
I think customer service for me is really about finding a solution for your customer or your guest. A really good example is, say, a lot of people come in, well, not a lot, but every week we get a couple of requests for international, interstate papers in particular. Now, by the time that we order the newspapers in, and there's not a lot of margin in newspapers anyway, we don't make anything. We do it because it's customer service. And that customer walks into our store, asks a question, and we say, sure, no problem, record their details. So we've at least got their details for a future database. They have to come back to pick up that newspaper. So whilst they come back, they might buy something else. So for us, it's about big picture. Customer service is really about that customer's walked in and I've found them a solution to their problem. They want a copy of The Age. They'll find it in Bunbury. So that's where we sort of extend our service to our customers. Hopefully, next time they need something, they might need a magazine or a textbook. Hopefully they'll remember Central News Bunbury.
Excellent. And then maybe if that's something they're doing all the time, they'll come in and be a repeat customer.
Absolutely.
And like you say, they'll buy other things as well.
Absolutely.
Other problems that you've encountered that you feel that businesses don't do because of bad customer service?
I think it's just looking at the big picture. We really feel it's about keeping customers sticky, I suppose. Remembering customers in the high times, appreciating them when, businesses say a little bit quiet in the middle of winter. That's where we sort of connect with them through databases, etc., because it's just staying top of mind and making customers feel appreciated all year round. I think if you do those sorts of things, the big picture is customers will remember you when they need something.
Definitely. And that probably led to one of your other businesses, which is Send Out Cards, which I've personally had experience with your great customer service. I was doing a presentation And unbeknownst to me, you took a photo of me. And then in the mail, a week or two later, I got this lovely card that said you were a success with a photo of myself on it. So that was a great surprise and an excellent way to do customer service. Did you want to talk about how you nurture your database?
We do send out emails, but as time's gone on, I realised that emails are great. Definitely serve a purpose, but they also do get missed. We also touch base with customers via text messaging. So that's another port of call. And then, as you mentioned, I do the cards. The cards are really about something tangible that you receive in the mail, but it's automated, so everything's created online to make it easy, I suppose, and then sent out direct to your recipient. It's, again, what I was talking about before. It's about attracting your customers and retaining your customers, but making them feel appreciated. So when you received that card, Cathy, you felt appreciated and you felt good. And it's that warm, fuzzy feeling that tangible card gave you. And you still remember that card because that was a while ago now.
Yeah, it was probably 18 months, 2 years ago. So, definitely remember it.
That's exactly right. And I beg to differ whether people would remember a warm, fuzzy email. And obviously on the back of the card, you can have your custom branding of your business. So when they turn the card over, which everyone does, then they see a picture of our store or whatever I choose to put on the back of it. And that's what it's all about. And as you know, everyone puts a card directly onto their kitchen bench or counter or near the television, and there the card will sit for a while. When people walk in, oh, look at this card, because there's less and less mail, less and less coming through our mailbox, so it's more and more.
Yeah, it's definitely more relevant.
Yeah, so it's getting back to the whole customer service, making sure that our customers feel appreciated. So we send out birthday cards, and then often customers will come in and tell us an amazing story. And then I just send them a card just to make them feel good, to let them know that I did appreciate their story, or something happened, or customer spouses pass away, things like that. And people do appreciate it.
Yes, I think so. And particularly now in our mailboxes, we generally only get bills or direct mail sort of catalogues, that sort of thing, really trying to sell us. Having something that is completely different like that makes such a difference to people. And the other thing that came in your card was a little key that says success. And 18 months, 2 years later, I still have that key on my desk at the edge of my computers. Yep. Yes, definitely top of mind. And when I needed school books, you know where I came.
Absolutely.
That's excellent. What do you think our audience could do to make their customer service better?
I think it's about finding ways to appreciate your customers and kind of look at customer service as being a solution. Some customers are really difficult. In the back of your mind, just always retain onto that thought of how can I best serve my customer? They have an issue or a problem. That's why they've come to you. Do the best you can to find a solution to their problem. And sometimes it's really challenging with difficult customers. Remaining kind of cool-headed about it all is the best way to be, to stay professional, I think, because then you know you've done the right thing at the end of the day. There's also, I find, a little thing that niggles in the back of my mind. As much as I try and help a customer, you can't do everything for them. And I think it's an acceptance that you can't find, every single product for a customer. Or with my holiday houses, they might find something not quite right. It's again about their expectations, and you can't do everything 100% to find that solution. So, turn yourself upside down about it as a small business owner. So I think it's also important to just remain calm and think, well, I did my best in that situation.
Yes, I think that's so true. We want to be able to serve everyone, whereas if we niche down a bit and really hone in on that one specific kind of customer. So with your holiday home, if you look at families as opposed to couples, then you can really aim in on that. And I know you've added some extra things so that families are really appreciated. It makes their stay really easy, which maybe is not quite as appropriate for a couple's things like cots and porta cots and that kind of thing. I think that's sometimes wrong. They want to try and help absolutely everybody, whereas if they really niche it down and concentrate on a particular type of person. We've talked a lot in marketing and so forth about actually giving that person a name and doing it very specific. I think that can really help small businesses to grow and make their lives easier. And then if you get the couples come and stay at your place and they're happy as well, then that's an added bonus.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Really looking at solving the customer's problem, getting those touch points. Is there anything else that you would like to suggest that people should be looking at when thinking of customer service?
I think it's just keeping it real, remembering who your customers are, kind of doing your best, I suppose, as a small business. Life is pretty tough for the small business world at the moment. You know, customers coming in and they say, oh, hi, Suzanne, how are you going at the front counter? Or give me a call. Say, hi, Fred, how are you? Just saying, hi, Fred. They're not going to say it, but they know that you've remembered their name. That's really important. Keeping it personal, I suppose, for the customer, because they'll remember you remembered their name, makes them feel important. Again, it's that warm, fuzzy feeling like the card, and they'll come back again, keeping them sticky again.
Yeah, I think that's really important. I saw a thing on social media during the week where a customer had actually spoken to the sales assistant. Young lady actually had Down syndrome. She works in a local shop. And the fact that this lady had actually replied when she said hello had made this young lady's day. She said that you're one of the very few who actually talk to me when I say hello. By engaging with your customer, being happy to serve them as opposed to them being just a pain in your day really does make a huge difference. And the other point you touched on was being authentically you. And I think that's very important too. There's only one of each of us. And if we try to mould ourselves into somebody else, that's when things go wrong. Be very proud of who you are, live into that value.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I think this has been very valuable to our audience. We have a thing called the Final Five, which is where I ask you 5 quick questions.
Oh, Cathy, you didn't tell me about this one.
Doesn't have to be a one word, but a quick answer. Are you game?
All right, I'll give it a go.
Okay. What was the biggest help you received when getting started in your business?
Being brave within myself.
Fabulous. What do you wish you had known when you started out?
Not being too harsh on yourself.
Perfect. I think we're our own worst critics. So the way we see ourselves is very strict generally, and we really do need to have confidence in our abilities sometimes. What was the best advice given to you by a mentor?
Believe in yourself and just go do it.
Excellent. What is the one thing that you have to do every day, your non-negotiable?
Take some time for myself, whether it's 2 minutes just sitting outside with a cup of coffee, or it might be 10 o'clock at night, but just taking a couple minutes for myself.
I think that's really important too, is particularly with us being mothers and business owners. We're so busy running around trying to please everybody that sometimes we do forget about looking after ourselves. And one of our episodes is on wellness. That's a really good point to remember and to bring top of mind. What is your favourite business book and why?
Let me have a look. It is called Cut the Noise by Chris Helder. I met him last year. He's fantastic.
Oh, excellent. So did you get it signed when you met him or did you get it later?
I did.
Excellent. All right.
Better results, less guilt.
Oh, that does sound interesting. I'll definitely have to have a look at that one. Well, thank you very much for your time, Suzanne. If people would like to know more about any of your businesses or be involved in Send Out Cards, how can they contact you?
I've got a couple of Facebook pages, Card Gift Connection. That's the whole Send Out Cards, Card Gift Connection. And the website is connectwithappreciation.com. Other than that, Central News Bunbury, Facebook, Google and website, whatever. Yeah, perfect.
And what's your address for Central News Bunbury?
98 Victoria Street. So centrally located on Victoria Street near Suzannes, I suppose, right in the middle.
Excellent. And it's really a good memory jolter that your name is Suzanne and you're next to a Suzanne store. So that's really
exactly
cool.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, Suzanne Cross. We really appreciate your tips and I'm sure the SPT community will find it useful.
Fantastic. Thanks, Cathy.
Don't forget to subscribe to Small Business Talk podcast and head on over to smallbusinestalk.com.au/downloads for all the show notes and links to this episode. Remember, to be great, you must start. Pick one tip from today's episode, take action and implement it. Let's meet again next week at the same time and place. Until then, take action. And SPT community, enjoy your journey.